Before we take a look at how this essay has been planned and constructed, let's take a look at the title. Outline what business ethics is and discuss whether it is important. The student is being asked to address two questions here. An outline, which is a summary. So provide a summary of what business ethics is, and then to discuss whether it is important. When creating a discussion, you'd expect to see, on the one hand, it's important for this reason, but on the other hand, it's not important for these reasons. So you'd expect to see two sides of a debate or an argument discussed throughout the essay. Let's have a look at the structure. So we can see in the first paragraph, the student has provided a background to business ethics. This does also partly answer this question because the student is being asked to provide an outline or a summary of business ethics as well. But in line with a good structure of an essay, here we've got the background to the subject, so that the student is demonstrating that they understand the background to this subject and why it's important or interesting in their discipline. In the next paragraph, we've got some definitions of business ethics. So moving on to explain to their tutor what they understand by the term business ethics, and providing some evidence of their research and evidence of thinking and ideas around the definition of business ethics. Because part of the question in this essay is for the student to provide an outline or a summary of what they understand business ethics to be, they have expanded in a third paragraph to address this part of the question and summarise their ideas about this, underpinned by their reading and evidence that they have collected. In the fourth paragraph, we have the thesis statement. So the student is summarising the discussion that they're about to embark on in the main points of the essay. So they already know what they're going to say in the main points in much more detail, and in this thesis statement they are telling the marker what they're going to say in these main points and summarising it. The student in this example has taken just over 600 words of a 1500 word essay to complete this introduction. This is around about 40% of the essay, and so clearly longer than the 10% guidance. This is because in this essay, the essay title asks the student to outline what business ethics is. So they have taken more of the word count to summarise and describe business ethics and refer to evidence on this topic. The bulk of the essay, though, is spent discussing why business ethics are important. The student uses the bulk of the essay to now discuss their main points in 4 paragraphs. So each paragraph discusses an opinion of the importance of business ethics. So the student is providing, on the one hand, business ethics is important, and these are what these authors and researchers say about it. And then on the other hand, it may not be so important because of what these authors or researchers say. And the student uses statement, evidence, explanation to make a statement at the start of their paragraph and to then explore why they have made that statement. Using good linking words after each paragraph to show how they are exploring one point per paragraph, but they are linked together in a discussion or a debate. The student uses just under 60% of the essay to create these main points. The student concludes the essay with a short paragraph, which is around 3% of the total essay. This is a short essay of 1500 words, so perhaps dedicating a whole 10% may be a little bit much, but if we perhaps to give the students some advice, perhaps they should have dedicated a little bit more to the conclusion, and this could have perhaps come from some of the paragraphs where conclusions are being drawn along the way. It is a very short word count though, so we don't need to stick religiously to the 10-80-10 guidance. We can see that the student has dedicated the vast majority of the essay to the main points, which is the correct thing to do. And because they are being asked specifically to outline what business ethics is in some detail, they did spend a little bit longer and add an extra paragraph in the introductory section. Remember that the purpose of the essay is to demonstrate to your tutor everything that you have learned about the topic in relation to the question. Make sure that the majority of your essay is spent answering the question. This is why the 10-80-10 rule can be really useful. As we can see in this example, if you have a slightly longer introduction or a slightly longer conclusion, this is perfectly acceptable, but make sure that you have used the word count efficiently to demonstrate your learning on the module, your independent reading and research, and that you have explored and applied this in relation to the question.